Most mammals give birth relatively quickly and without assistance. A foal is walking within hours of birth. A dolphin calf swims immediately. But human childbirth is, by comparison, extraordinarily complicated, and the reason why tells one of the most fascinating stories in human evolution. Human birth is unique in the animal kingdom. It is longer, more physically demanding, and more likely to require assistance than the birth process of virtually any other mammal. Anthropologists and evolutionary biologists have studied this for decades, and what they've found is that our difficulty in childbirth is not a flaw. It is the complex, sometimes painful consequence of what makes us human. Today, we're going to explore the evolutionary and biological reasons why human birth is so challenging, and what this reveals about the remarkable path our species has taken. The big brain problem. The central challenge of human birth comes down to a mismatch between the size of a human baby's head and the size of the mother's birth canal. Human brains are extraordinarily large relative to our body size. This large brain is one of the defining characteristics of our species. It underlies language, tool use, social complexity, and everything else we think of as distinctly human. But a large head means a large head, and a large head at birth creates a significant mechanical challenge, getting that head through the birth canal. The human pelvis, shaped in part by the demands of upright walking, creates a relatively narrow passage compared to our closest primate relatives. The result is a fit that is, at best, very tight. Researchers sometimes describe the dimensions involved as remarkably precise, with very little margin. This is why human babies, unlike the young of many other primates, are born in a particular orientation and must rotate through the birth canal during labor, a complex maneuver that has no parallel in our closest animal relatives. The obstetric dilemma. The idea goes like this. Evolution has simultaneously selected for two traits that are somewhat in conflict. On one hand, bipedalism, walking upright on two legs, has been advantageous for our species and shapes the structure of the pelvis in a way that narrows the birth canal. On the other hand, large brains have been advantageous, producing babies with large heads. These two evolutionary pressures point in opposite directions when it comes to the mechanics of childbirth. The result is what researchers have called a compromise, a pelvis shaped by competing demands, producing a birth process that is more challenging if either pressure had dominated alone. It's worth noting that researchers have continued to refine and debate the obstetric dilemma theory. Some recent studies suggest metabolic factors, the enormous energy demands of human pregnancy, may be as important as pelvic geometry in shaping birth timing. The science continues to evolve. Why human babies are born early. Here's a consequence of this dilemma that many people find surprising. Human babies are born at a remarkably early stage of development compared to many other primates. A newborn human cannot walk, cannot hold up its own head, and is utterly dependent on caregivers for survival for years. A newborn chimpanzee, by comparison, is far more neurologically developed at birth. One explanation researchers have explored is that human babies are essentially born before their brains are fully developed, because if brain development continued at its prenatal pace inside the womb, the baby's head would become too large to pass through the birth canal at all. Some scientists describe humans as being born about a year early in terms of brain development compared to where other primates are at birth. This would mean that the first year of human life is, in a sense, a kind of external gestation, a period of rapid development that in other species might occur inside the womb. This is a hypothesis researchers continue to study and debate, and the picture is more complex than any single explanation captures. Birth as a social event. One of the most significant consequences of the difficulty of human birth is something anthropologists have long observed. Humans almost universally give birth with assistance. Across virtually every culture and every period of recorded human history, birth has been attended by other people, most typically experienced women who help guide the process. This is extraordinarily rare in the animal kingdom. Most mammals give birth in isolation, without assistance. The need for assistance in human birth has been proposed as one of the factors that shaped human social evolution, creating a need for community, cooperation, and accumulated knowledge that may have reinforced the social bonds that are themselves a defining feature of our species. Birth didn't just require communities. Some researchers suggest it may have helped create them. There's something profound in recognizing that the difficulty of human birth is not a mistake of nature. It's a byproduct of what we are. Our large brains, our upright posture, our prolonged childhoods, our deep social connections, all of these things intersect in the act of birth. Every time a human baby is born, with all the complexity and effort that involves, it is, in a sense, a living demonstration of the evolutionary path that made us who we are. Birth is hard because being human is extraordinary. What part of this surprised you most? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know.